Lodi Farber here, and welcome to the second episode of Season 2 of Takkle Primetime, powered by the National Collegiate Scouting Association. We're continuing through our analysis of the top 200 recruits in the class of 2009. Last episode, our experts, Coach Randy Taylor and Coach Bob Chmiel, broke down the top quarterbacks and discussed the importance of video. They're back again to look at the top running backs and offer some more insider recruiting information. Coach and Coach, take it away.
Continuing through our Tackle Top 200 list, we want to spend this episode breaking down the top running backs in the country. Coaching staffs I worked with, no matter what offense we ran, knew that we had to be able to run the football. So it was vital that we found a specific back to fit our needs.
You're exactly right, Randy. That's entirely correct. I was always looking for running backs that displayed the toughness required to play at Notre Dame or in the Big Ten.
Coach, we broke down all the top running backs based on their physical skills, productivity, and potential as top college backs. Sierra Wood stood out from Santa Clara High School in Oxnard, California. He came out on top just barely. His upside is still coming, Coach. He's going to get bigger, stronger, and faster at the next level. And Sierra Wood and the D1 is going to be special. He's a kind of a taller, got a thin build. He's going to get bigger, stronger, faster. He's got good speed, but he's going to get faster. And he is able to stick his foot in the ground and change direction. He's got good speed now and good vision. He's just a solid running back.
Well, yet another recruiting coup by Coach Charlie Weiss and the Fighting Irish. And here he comes up from the safety position with a big hit. That play running back with a with a safety mentality, you've really got something.
A lot of people think that that Sierra could play safety at the next level, and I could agree with that as well.
What a vertical jump. You talk about athleticism combined with just pure football talent. Right down the sideline, everybody has an angle at him, and he basically outruns everyone. You get a guy that's a running back as well as a safety, that's like recruiting two guys. Just a shade behind Sierra was Trent Richardson from Escambia High School in Pensacola, Florida. Trent Richardson, the tailback from Escambia, out and dotting the I, just the old-fashioned quarterback turning around, pitching the ball to the tailback and running that sweep.
The thing about Trent that I like, he's an every down back. He's really got some good thickness. He's a powerful kid, and he can outrun a lot of the pursuit angles. I think eventually this kid's moving up fast and may end up being our top back at the end.
Well, one of the things I like about him is he's an outside runner, but he's also an inside runner. He'll take the football and pack it in there between tackles. Good balance right there. We also would like to give a shout out to the rest of our running backs. Bryce Brown, Wichita East. What I like is a physical running back. Well, he comes up there, and what a block he puts on the defender. Here he is. Watch the shake. Watch the shake. The turn, the balance, the determination. Guy's a determined runner. Kind of reminds me of a guy that played for the Lions a little bit, but I don't want to put that on him yet.
Yeah, you'd hate to throw the name Barry Sanders on a running back, there's no question. But he has the ability to change direction. He can go the whole field without skipping a beat. He changes direction at full speed and has great balance, like you said, Coach.
Jamal Berry, Miami, Palmetto, Florida.
Jamal is one of those guys, look, he's a physical guy. He competes. I love his effort. And I think when he gets to Ohio State, he's going to be another one of those backs that'll fit in with them. He'll be a pounder, guy that can take a hit and get extra yards.
Coach Tressell's done a great job at Ohio State, and is contending for the national championship, and he's won the Big Ten title with backs just like Jamal, guys that are physical. And week in and week out in the Big Ten Conference, you better be tough, you better be physical, especially if you're going to be an inside runner. Jarvis Giles, Gaither High School, Tampa, Florida. This young guy is, Randy, I'll tell you, he cuts to the outside, people have angles on him, and he basically just outruns everybody.
I like what he does is he sticks his foot in the ground, plants, and runs downhill.
And there are certain things that you could coach running backs, and certain things are instinctive. You want to plant on that outside foot when you make that cut. There it is right there, you just mentioned it. Good cutback, good vision.
We again want to wrap up this episode of Tackle Primetime with some great advice for all the potential recruits out there. Last week we discussed the importance of getting college coaches a high-quality video so they can accurately evaluate your talent.
You know, Randy, this week I want to explain to you just how coaches get to watch all of that carefully prepared film. 2 words: reliable sources. As a college coach, we are inundated by tapes, DVDs, emails, links containing all types of various recruit highlight films. Your highlight may be one of the best in the world, but unfortunately, as coaches, we just don't have time to go through every single video that comes to our office.
College coaches' time is very limited. Every minute they can spend on recruiting is precious, and they have to make it count. We always did a lot of early legwork, come up with a workable list, and as fast as possible, we would narrow that list to who we wanted and could ultimately sign.
Well, Randy, my phone rings, and it's my secretary telling me that John Smith is on the line. Well, I don't know anyone named John Smith, so I told her to take the call. John Smith may be calling to tell me about the greatest football player in the world, but I don't know John Smith. I can't take every call. Now the phone rings in again, and it's from Tom Lemming. Well, I know Tom Lemming for over 25 years, and he's told me about other football players, so guess what? I'm going to take Tom Lemming's call.
And when we'd hear from a reliable source like Tom that a tape is coming in, we'd put an alert out and make sure that as soon as that tape got in, we'd watch it. It's crucial for recruits to get out ahead of the recruiting process, and that means you need to get on the list and have reliable sources who have the coach's ear and not just the internet list promoting you.
All right, that's going to once again wrap things up for this episode on Tackle Primetime. We want to thank you for joining us and remind you to check back next episode as Coach Chmiel and Coach Taylor break down the nation's top senior wide receivers and talk about what it takes to get recruited.